Mary is here with you, and she is explaining to you that the whole process of energizing, which we will now begin, will be the way in which God shows you that He is so united to yourself that you are able to actually begin to understand that He is a part of your own soul. And He will show you that His soul is so perfectly bound to your soul that you are simply able to unite your soul into His own soul in a perfect bond, which will show you that within this bond you are simply at one with Him. You are at one with Him. You exist as a part of His love, a part of His light, and within this whole understanding you know that you are simply with Him in a perfect way of being together, in a wholeness of vision, which is so beautiful that you actually perceive its beauty to be everything that you wish for. You see, I want to explain this to you now, so that you begin to understand that this whole relationship that we are beginning is our very existence. It is our very existence in a lovely understanding of this existence as the way in which God gives us our life. God allows us to live in His heart by a process of energizing which actually keeps us alive. And this is the process of energizing which we will begin to enter into in our own understanding of its way of being a part of our existence. Because if we understand it, we will simply realize that God is keeping us alive in this way, and He wants us to be with Him in this way. And no matter what happens, we will be with Him in this way, so beautifully that we will perceive that we are united to Him in love, in light, and in peace. And I know that you are beginning this plan in a perfect understanding of your ability to be with me in a new relationship of loving and living, which is so perfectly bound to our whole way of being with God, that God will simply show us that He is with us, and we will know that we are with Him because we will feel so perfectly at one with Him that this oneness will begin to permeate our being in a beautiful way of showing us that we are fully united to a lovely understanding of ourselves as being absolutely energetic. We will see that we have a new energy which we can use in a simple way of knowing it to be our life energy, our love energy, an energy which we will know to be so bound to God that He will show us that He is allowing us to use it in a perfect way of being at one with Him. So, if you begin to understand this, you will realize that you are so perfectly united to a way of being with God that your life must now begin to center on this way of being. You see, you need to understand that your way of being with God is simply bound to this whole scheme, because I am about to show you that you are simply able to develop within yourself a way of being with God which is so beautiful that you will simply understand it to be your way of loving and living. And we will begin this so simply that we will know that we are using a new effort which can begin to organize within ourselves a whole understanding of God's love for us. And we will use it simply because we will simply be organized into this scheme by our own ability to realize that we are understanding our life to be centered on God. And God will then show us that He is able to bring us with Him into a new life of love, a new life of happiness, which He will offer to us in His perfect way of being with us. So we want you to try to understand that this is our whole new approach to this scheme of loving and living. This is our understanding of our way of bringing you into this new world of love so easily that you will just develop your own way of being into a new understanding of its ability to unite with us in loving and living. So simply that we will allow you to realize that you are achieving a whole new effort which can begin to give you the peace of mind which you wish for. And we will show you this so simply that you will simply be with us in this peace. And this peace will begin to enter into every facet of your life, because you will show that the peace that you are achieving is your whole understanding of yourself, your whole understanding of your existence, your whole understanding of your way of being with God and with everyone. And this will be so pervasive that you will simply allow it to dominate your whole being. And you will know that you are achieving with us a perfect understanding of yourself and a perfect relationship with ourselves, which is so beautiful that it will simply bring you into a whole vision of love and light and peace, which lifts you into a reality of existence which is absolute. And within this reality, you will understand that life is about love. Life is about love. And you will understand that love is so beautiful that it is everything. So, I want to begin with you now an exercise which will allow you to understand that God is with you simply in His own effortless way of knowing you to be a part of Himself. So be with eyes closed, looking into the very heart of yourself, looking deeply into the very center of yourself, which is your soul in God's soul, and see it as light. See it as bright, colourful, energetic light. Light which floods into your vision so beautifully that your whole vision is full of this light. And the light gives you such a sense of peace that you feel absolutely united to it. You are in the light. You are full of the light. You are saturated with the lightness of your vision. And everything around you is perfectly, beautifully full of light, full of love, full of peace. And you are fully united to this way of being. You are fully united to it. You feel easy. You feel peaceful. You simply feel at one with yourself. And you know that you are feeling yourself to be wholly united to God, because you know that God is with you in the light. He is with you so perfectly that you understand yourself to be with His own being. Your being is in His being. His being floods into your being so that your being is saturated with His being, and the wholeness of your being together is so beautiful that you feel absolutely unified to the wholeness of your being. This is the wholeness of your being. Your being is full of love, full of light, full of happiness, a happiness which is so beautiful that it understands itself as absolutely bound to its vision. And the vision is so perfect that it sees that it is perfect. And you know that here you are, so beautifully at peace, that your peace envelops everything and everyone. You know this, you feel this, you understand this, and you are so complete in this understanding that you are simply at one with your existence. You know that everything of you is perfectly at peace. Your being is absolutely united to peace. Peace is your whole being, in God's being, fully united to Himself. And this is absolutely perfect in its moment of bliss. This moment of bliss is your moment, your moment of loving and living in God's heart, so closely bound to Him that you feel full of His light, full of His love, full of His whole energy, which is giving you the life that you need, the life that you are, the life that is your life in His life, your love in His love. Feel this love flooding your being, flooding your being, flooding your being, and your being is filled with God's love, His light, His peace. So just be here with God, in His love, in His light, in His peace, being with Him, being full of Him, being in Him, knowing Him to be in you, and knowing that this is your life. So this is your life, and this is the whole way of being with God. And we know that this is the way of being with God, which we will now begin to understand to be the way of loving and living, which we will show you. We will take you into this way of loving and living so beautifully, so perfectly, that you will know that this is your life, This is the way you exist. This is the way you will be fully energized by God, so that He can give you every part of His love, every part of His life, every part of Himself in a loving union, which is so beautiful that your peace will be perfect in its wholeness, and you will know that this is reality. This is everything that you have wished for, and we will take you there. We will now begin to show you that this whole reality is the way of being with God, which we can lead you into in our whole way of being with you, to show you that God finally wishes to offer you this perfect love, perfect light, perfect peace, which will be your final loving way of being with Him in a lovely understanding of His final plan. And I, as His mother, wish you to be fully involved in this final plan, because our final plan will simply be the way of loving and living with God, which can offer you your final understanding of your way of being absolutely at one with everything that you wish for. And this is our whole promise. And our whole promise is offering this to you as our loving way of final, united understanding of our love.